Welcome to Strike Channel, episode 11. We're at blunts.We. I'm with Chris today. Rod's only been for 10 minutes, same as Chris. Bait areas are produced, some weird swims, B24 and B23. Hope to get some more. This one fought like a demon, about £13. About yours, Chris?
Yeah, about £6–7. I didn't fight at all at first, then it started going. Let's hope we can get a few bigger ones before we go.
Crafty catcher, doing the business already.
Okay, we're going to talk about location now. I'm in swim B24. It's a swim I've never fished before. So when I got here, I cast out straight out there, 35 yards out, just to feel the bottom and see what I'm fishing over. And I found a nice. It's silty. It's not too soft, but I'm happy to present a bait over it. I'm still feeling down on the drop. So and basically I'm just and I've got another one in the margin down on the left hand side. I haven't produced anything off that yet, but I've had 3 pickups on the one straight out, but unfortunately I lost one of them. But
So did I.
anyway, just baiting up. I'm using the throwing stick, about just scatting them around everywhere. Doesn't matter what, like, I'm not looking for accuracy, I'm just looking for a spread. Oh, didn't quite get that one.
Right, my time for location now. As you see, me and Chris had fish. I've lost one. I'm fishing to the far trees on the far side. So I usually fish that swim over there. Summer's in it, so I like fishing that channel, so I've got a bit of baits out there. Also I've got a margin, but I'm fishing 2 rods out there because I put a bit of bait out and I know the fish are there. So later on in the afternoon I can put a bit more bait out and fish one close in the margin, hopefully nick one. So I'll just show you roughly where I'm kind of fishing the baits. I've got one rod, just you see, it's just on that shaded bit of area, and there's one on the right hand side, just where the dangling trees are, just off of it, about 2–3 yards off it, so the fish doesn't take me, so I won't lose the fish. But I've got a bit of problem, I've got a bit of a twig down there, so I need to guard it around, but you learn from your mistakes, so next time I'll probably have more control of it, so I'll get this out and hopefully see in a bit with another fish.
Well, I hooked into another carp on the crafty catcher. Put it out there about 15 minutes ago after I lost that one. This one actually feels a bit better. It's the first one that's not swam towards me. Ooh, just looked at its dorsal fin. Huh?
Talk about tactics.
Right. Oh, it's not taking a bit long. Yeah, that's on that crafty catcher.
Crab blackcurrant?
Clam blackcurrant boilie with topped off with the pink pop-up, Mr. Tom Duff style.
Lad. Right, I'll go and net it for you, Chrissy boy. Is it coming on the left hand side of the swim?
A bit better. I'll get a leg on my face in a minute, but
yeah.
Another good take, wouldn't it?
Yeah. We should try and get a live one, right. Alright, here I'll talk a bit as well. I thought of a tactic down here today. Used it when I was fishing in episode 10 on the long rod. Oh, hold on. Right, I'll tell you about tactics in a bit. This one looks alright, so see if we can get it in and take a few pictures and we'll show you the fish. See in a bit.
Look at that, 15 pounds, 2 ounces. Fought like an absolute demon. Must have been a 15–20 minute fight on that Ribena boilie with a nice pink pop-up tipped off. They're proper loving it. Huh?
Rig next.
We'll show you the rig next.
Right. Quick update, it's turned into the afternoon session, everything's slowed up a bit. Less action for me, but I'll put a bit more bait out. Hopefully get a few runs. I had 2 runs quite quickly and I thought the end in a good session, but it's just changed the opposite round, but the session's turned to good old mate, Chrissy boy. What did you have in the end? It was a 16.
I've had 3 fish, I've had 4 pickups but only landed 3 of them. Biggest being £17, which was a lovely fish, fought like a demon for about half an hour, nearly 45 minutes maybe.
I've never seen him fight this much
and
before.
then
Fished it before.
Before that I had a 15, which also fought like an absolute demon for about 15–20 minutes. Yeah. Certainly wasn't giving in, but the crafty catcher's doing the business for me.
Cheers, Swanee. Yeah, good bait for after capture, I must admit. It's only $2.69 for marriages. We've been using the crab and blackcurrant to success today, but I usually have most of my success on coconut GLM, but I'm fishing a swim I never fished before, but I'm just hoping the fish will turn up to the snaggy bit later in the day. But now we're going to go through some questions, how to tackle this lake. I'm going to ask Chris about 5 questions and he has to answer, and he asks me 5 questions and I'll answer him. So I'll start at number 1. When you turn in the swim, what would you do first?
Well, especially with a new swim that I've never fished before, I would get a rod set up with just a lead and nothing else, and cast it around the swim.
Have a little feel around.
Having a feel around, sort of feeling the lead down. I'm not too worried about the depth because it's very consistent in here. There's not too many. Yeah,
it doesn't. It's not bumpy. Just
I mean, it's deep. But there is a deeper region of the lake, but I'm not worried about that. And I'm just looking for not gravel, but not weed. So in between, like that soft silt.
Yeah, that little debris, so you can put like
which
a
is
boil
perfect
over
to put a bait on top of. Devastating, mate.
Yeah.
They love it. They love feeding in there. So that's. Yeah, I'll do that.
It's like our tactics down wicks as well.
I generally put a bit of bait out. Today I've used the throwing stick. Put about 2 kilos out now. Yeah. I put about half a kilo out to start the session, then every time I got a bite I've been putting out more bait. And I've done about 1.5 to 2 kilos now. So,
if you come to this venue and you fished it a few times, what kind of rig would you choose?
I generally use a snowman rig, just because I don't want something that's completely different that a fish are going to be scared of to take, but I want something that's going to stand out, so there's more chance of them taking my hook bait first than anything else, because if you've got a bed of boilies out and you've just got a normal boilie on, their chances are they're going to eat all the other ones first, because there's no rig, they're just
don't catch their eye, yeah.
But having that little bit of pink for the snowman on top, generally I'm getting a quicker bite, so that's why I do it.
Yeah, number 3. When you're waiting for a bite, what do you usually do? Do you usually bait up or tie new rigs?
If I think I need to put more bait in, I'll put it in. So if it's at a time of the day where it's like midday, when like you don't expect a bite and it's hot, I'm not expecting a bite, there's no fish in the swim, I'll put more bait in because I'm not going to be spooking any fish off. But if it's looking good for a bite and I can see fish feeding in the area, I generally don't bait up because it's not worth it. But then I would rather scare the fish off with bait than I would a rig. So if it's the start of the session and I think there's loads of fish in the area, I'll try and pick up a quick bite. But if that doesn't work, I'll put out a bit of bait, because I'd rather get rid of the fish with bait than I would a rig.
Yeah. Question number 4. What would you rather use, a solid PVA bag or the bedded boilies you've been using today?
That's a hard question. It depends.
Depends on the day, but what would you kind of rather?
Here, I'd rather use a bed of boilies, because I've had so much success on it, but I would use a solid PVA bag on here. Perhaps if I was fishing, I don't know, tight in a brambly where I'm not 100% sure.
Like snag fishing.
Yeah, where I'm not 100% sure what's on the bottom, because there could be especially in the margins here, there could be twigs and stuff on the bottom.
Yeah.
So I know that if I've got a solid PVA bag out there, that's going to sit pretty in between them, whereas perhaps my normal rig may get snagged and I wouldn't be 100% confident.
Last question, what was your favourite capture on here?
Oh, it's got to be the 17 that I hooked today.
Yeah.
Simply because it fought like a demon. It took me all around the lake.
Good fight, wasn't it? Yeah.
I had my clutch near on locked up towards the end of the fight, and it just kept going. So I had to loosen it off to make sure that it didn't snap. Yeah, it's probably got to be up there. Another one bites the dust. Crafty catcher has done it again. £17 on the dot. Proper happy with that. Fought like an absolute demon. Must have been a 20-minute, half an hour fight, but thought I'd lost it in the trees, but we managed to get it in. Absolutely ecstatic with that.